I know you can hear in the background leaf blowers. Forgive that. This is a mid-1980s Toro wheel horse tractor. It's actually set on, here is the frame. They're angle iron rails, cast rear end, a pulley that drives that rear end. That's a hydraulic, drive system's hydraulic. It has a PTO that lifts the mower deck, or a snow blower on that same hydraulic system. All this has been repainted, at a body shop. The mower deck was took apart, sandblasted, repainted, painted all the parts separately, put it back together with all stainless hardware and new bearings in the tower. And the last time I rebuilt it, I was able to get mulching blades in it because it has a 3-blade variety. LED rear lights. This part where the scratches were, I had it shot with Line-X after I painted it. That was an excellent choice. That trailer hitch pin is because the seat has a heater in it. I need new shocks on it. You can see the hardware there. Everything that I touch and put back is stainless. When I got the seat redone, I was like, how much is it to put a heater on it? Totally wasn't much. 2-gang plastic box, isolated rubber mounts. There's rubber mounts on the inside to dampen the vibrations of the engine so that you don't prematurely wear out the circuit board that drives the heated seat. And I don't know if you can see it with the sunlight. Right there. High and low. New switches. The engine hours, I flipped them. They go to 1,000 position, so after 10,000 hours it rotated 800. And the meter thing got busted, but it's still, the keychain from Kill Bill, where that dude with the wagon thing, that was that. And somebody was throwing it out, and I thought it was hilarious to make that the keychain for a tractor. So a father of choice ended up hooking me up with this, and he was coaching me up, trying to help me to understand running business better. That with running a business and starting a business, you have time for your family and your business. And if you got anything else, you do some charity work for the community. And so he said, you can't be mowing your yard. And I was like, I love mowing my yard, man. You got to pay somebody else, and it's relaxing time. It's better than drinking. And so he's like, I agree. And so he gave me the tractor and put it to use. And I told him that I would see how much charity that I could spread with it. And he told me that I didn't need to do that. And I was like, I totally know. And, what else? Greased all the joints. Gave up on the rear brake. It was like this leather strap that squeezed the wheel, like we're in the 1800s. I kept the pedal because I was going to put a braking system in the next time, a proper one, the next time I do it. Because I've pulled things with it. Like a car's broken down, you can pull with a tractor. It'd be nice if you actually had proper brakes on the rear end of it. You can use the engine to make the brake. So what's the point of all this? Like the paint, I redo it because they want too much for a muffler, so you redo it. I have a manual book that has original manuals in it, and I make notes in it, 2 sets of tires, all the things that go on with it. So aerating, sorry for the dizzy part, if you look over here, I rebuild this thing bunches of times. Blocks would fall out of it, so you had it here. The center bar broke, the tines are all worn. So on the aerator, I don't know whether it'll end up getting rebuilt or it's just time to start again. But there's an interesting story. In the middle of the night in Akron, I like to aerate out Schumacher Park because kids play soccer there. And it's like the most beautiful sounds that you could hear. And then that Saturday afternoon, kids running, playing soccer. Look at that beautiful Japanese maple just starting to turn. Anyhow, so I was over there at night. I don't always sleep very well. And so I was over there at night, and I was aerating out in the middle of the night, the park. Because Kiwanis Soccer in Hudson made a huge difference in my life. And I wanted to give back. But I don't really have the time to coach. And nowadays, you show up to coach something and you're a man. You don't have any kids. Everybody looks at you weird. So, I'll just spend my energy on other ways. So I try to make the grass. And I was thinking that if I was running that aerator and that mower at 3 a.m. in the morning in Hudson, Ohio, some old Yenta would totally call the cops and, I'd get a ticket for disturbing the peace or something. And after having that thought, like I had the lights on, and there's rear lights, and I turned around and I was kind of making my run back across the field, you know, and two car lights pull up on the grass, and I was like, wow, there you go. There's Akron's finest to give me a ticket. And oh yeah, the throttle cables would get water in them, so I replaced them with real nice stainless steel bike cables. Learned that on the old English sports cars. Don't buy those throttle cables. You know what makes a beautiful cable? Bicycle companies. Could use theirs. Anyhow, cops came up and they were holding 3 cups of coffee. One was a coach and one was a dad, and they couldn't figure out who had been aerating that yard. He's like, you've been doing it for years and years. And I was like, yeah. And they kept trying to figure out who it was that was getting it done, you know, different departments and stuff, and nobody was doing it, yet it was always done. Obviously, you give to your neighbors. Anytime it snowed, I'd run it at least 8 hours, sometimes 10 or 12. The city doesn't do a good job keeping the street out here. That was going to the trash dump, so we'll talk about that. But this, I blow the street, blow the sidewalks. You know, if I saw you shoveling, I'd do it. If I knew you're out of town, I'd do it. If you were enjoying it, doing it, I'd just do a couple of the heavy moments that would hurt your back, you know, and let you enjoy the exercise in your morning. Just say hi to you. And have a hot toddy, you know, because why not? So when you hear people talk about how if you give something for free, they don't take care of it, that's not always true. That's just not always true. It doesn't work that way. We place way too many categories. We're like, yeah, okay, so it's a percentage all the time and stuff, but what it does is it helps us to overlook and not pay attention to one another and see one another for who they are. I'm asking you for your help and for your support. That's why I'm sharing the tractor. I'm being denied access to my kids, and I can't share with them. They love sitting on it. They love running it. You know, they're scared at the engine sound in the beginning, but they'd like to sit on my lap, and we would just drive it around nice and slow. So there you go, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Slow down, look at the gray, makes all the difference, and know you're loved.